Hey, what's up, everyone? My name is Ryan Anthony Hernandez, and I'm the host to the podcast, The Truth That Heals. And now I'm trying to start to grow here on YouTube because why not? Just for me, it's a lot of fun and it's pushing my boundaries, and I'm enjoying the process. And today I wanted to talk about shaming. And I know that there are different thoughts, different opinions on this, and some will say, well, if you get shamed, just blow it off and just move on with your life. And I get it, and I agree. Sometimes if some people are going to try to bring you down, just blow it off, just ignore it and move on with your life and be the best version of yourself that you can be. So I don't want to be stuck in this mentality of, oh, bad things happen to me, I gotta sob for the rest of my life. And I think people are thinking that because I'm speaking up against cult abuse and religious trauma, that I am giving the green light to weep for the rest of my life. No, that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to give a voice and to bring awareness that religious people whom we have trusted, people whom we have loved, can betray us and can be insulting, can be rude, can be totally obnoxious. Not all of them. There are some amazing, great people who are religious, but the truth is that there are some people there who are in a position where they should be helping people, they should be encouraging people to be the best version of themselves, but instead they use their position to shame, to humiliate, to punish, and I don't think that is being Christ-like. So something that I really wanted to focus on for this brief YouTube was to talk about the shame that we had to take and how we had to convert it into, oh, it's part of carrying our cross. And recently a former brother, a friend of mine, reached out to me and told me, hey brother, I feel really bad because I was reminiscing the other day about our time in the community, and I just remembered that the priest would make fun of you during the homily. And people say that I have a good memory, but sometimes I also put things to the side, and I had to ask this friend of mine, can you refresh my memory? And he said, yeah, in the homily, I remember this priest was saying that Ryan has the body of the letter B. And when he said that, it brought back a whole bunch of memories, because yes, like in the homily, or superiors, when they would give their talks, they'll find someone who is not going to react, who isn't going to fight back, and they make fun of them. The way of thinking that I had was that if I just stay quiet and just, pray and just be quiet and allow it to happen, these humiliations, God is going to be blessing me. And God is using these people, these superiors, these priests and nuns, God is using them as an instrument to make me holy. So, all right. But when this friend of mine reminded me about that instant, that moment when, yes, I would be humiliated, and they would make fun of me being fat, and they would say that I have the body of a little bee. What people saw at that time was me just sitting on the chair and just smiling, being all happy, and in my mind, I'm offering this up to God. I'm saying, okay, this is part of my humiliation. Thank you, God, because you've chosen me to be an instrument somehow. But going back and, analyzing, even though I was smiling and even though I was trying to have these thoughts of positivity and kind of giving them the green light to say these things, inside I was feeling, damn, am I really that fat? And everyone is laughing, everyone is giggling, and I'm just there like, okay. And but deep down inside, I felt and I thought that I was super fat. And to be honest, like looking back at that time, I was probably around 160 to 180 max, 180. And I saw myself as this biggest, like, I imagined that I was like some kind of a pig, and I had done so much fasting, I had done so much sleep deprivation, and it's like, well, what the hell? Why can't I be skinny? Why can't I be thin? And there was another homily in which I remember the priest was saying about, if you're familiar with Pompeii, how, Mount Vesuvius, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but the volcano that was there nearby erupted. And archaeologists have been able to go back and have found many of the victims from this volcanic eruption still stuck in a frozen position, and they're still their bodies are as if frozen in time. So I remember in the homily, the priest was saying that if Mount Vesuvius were to happen, that Pompeii incident were to happen today, that I would be frozen in time, and that I would be frozen with a fried chicken, and I'd be doing the motion like this, and then everyone is laughing, everyone is giggling, and it's at the cost of me being in the front and just receiving this humiliations in the middle of mass, and I can't say anything. And I, as part of the cult side of it is you can't react, you can't be angry. If you get angry or if you have feelings, then you're being rebellious. And so I had to repress all of these feelings, all of these thoughts. And what came out was, yeah, I am fat, I am ugly, I'm a terrible person, maybe I am lazy, maybe I am obese. But the reality was I wasn't even eating Kentucky Fried Chicken. Well, I couldn't, because I had no money, I had no car to go and shop for myself. I just ate whatever they would give me. And I forgive the people who would make jokes like that, because I was thin. To be honest, and I look back, I die to be 160 pounds again. That's what I'm working for, but it messes with my mind, thinking that I'm this big, fat, giant person. But even after I left, the struggle was so real. And this friend of mine bringing this up because he witnessed it. And he said that he felt so bad for me. And when he brought this up, it brought back all these memories of feeling so much shame and feeling like the most helpless person, because I tried so much. And now I'm on a weight loss journey, and I don't want those thoughts, those feelings, that feeling of shame, that feeling of, oh man, I've eaten so much, maybe I'm gonna die with a freaking KFC in my mouth. I don't want those thoughts, those feelings to control me anymore. I think it's time that I heal from that, and I'm busting my ass off to do the podcast, now to get on YouTube, and also I'm having a different approach in life, because yes, I want to be healthy mentally, emotionally, spiritually. I want to be healthy physically, but I feel that those thoughts, that shame that had been repressed for so many years, had been bothering me, and I didn't even know it. So I want to thank that friend of mine who brought that up, because it's true. There was so much pain behind being made fun of every freaking day, or every other homily. It's, oh, brother Ryan here, he's being sleepy, or oh, he's sleepy because he's eaten too much, and look at him, he's getting a big belly. What the hell, for spiritual leaders, yes, I forgive you, but at the same time, you need to hear the damn truth. And it's not okay to choose victims in your homilies or in your talks and to make fun of them. And just to go back to one of my podcasts, I mentioned how I spoke to a nun from another community, and she was telling me that there are some superiors, some priests, some nuns who have that mentality that, oh, I'm in a position of authority. I have every right to make sure that person X, Y, and Z, that they're humble. I have the authority to make them low and humble because that's what God wants. And then this nun's opinion, or her advice to me, was that's nobody's business to think that because you are in a place of authority that you have the right to put people down. And what this nun was telling me was that if you are in a place of position in the church or at work or wherever the hell it may be, you still have the duty to be a good person, to be compassionate, to be kind, to be loving. And in my case, and in the case of so many others, that didn't happen. And what these superiors or these fake religious do at times is they say, oh, but it's my job to do that. It's my job to make you feel bad because I'm trying to give you the cross. I'm trying to give you Christ's love. BS. That is not Christ's love. That is you abusing a position so that you can be a prick, a jerk. There are other words that I don't want to use right now. But I just wanted to share this because I think that so many victims of humiliations, like even in mass, we want to speak up, or we've had this pain and you have to keep quiet because if you say something, oh, you're rebelling against Christ. You're the antichrist now. No, it's not me being an antichrist. It's me stepping up to your bullshit and saying how it is, that it was rude, it was offensive. Many of us never received an apology. Many of us were used in homilies, in examples to humiliate us, to make us feel lower than low. I mean, we had to feel so freaking low. And in my position at that time, I felt that is what Christ's love must have felt like, just being humiliated all the time. And now that I've prayed and gone through so many different changes in life, I totally think that those superiors or those priests, those nuns, those parents who might be using humiliation as a tactic to, let's say, I'm trying to make my son, make my daughter, make my the subject, I'm trying to make them a better person. So I'm going to embarrass them day after day, year after year. And if they don't change, oh, it's their fault. So I wanted to bring this out because I just don't want to be a slave of it anymore. I'm ready to move on. But before I move on, the things I like to do is I don't like to keep skeletons in my closet. I want to get that shit out, get it out there, that what's bugging me and how it affected me from the past, and how even though I've been gone for 7 years, these thoughts, these emotions, which I just totally repressed, are still there. And right now I'm in a position where I want to fight back, not physically and with punches and kicks, but I want to fight back these thoughts and emotions that I'm a loser, because they say I'm fat, that I have to be fat. No, screw that. I'm ready to hit the gym. And I do hit the gym, and it's like, why am I not making progress? And now that I see, like, these thoughts from my past were holding me back, but I don't want it to hold me back anymore. And I hope that me sharing my story of being humiliated maybe gives you some courage to take back your life, to go out there, to go to the gym, or to maybe eat healthier, and to give your best in life. And people might say, oh, Ryan here, he's such a complainer. He just complains. He just whines and whines. No, I don't think this is complaining. I'm just telling my story. I'm telling what I felt. No one has the right to be in the narrative of your story and tell others how you feel. You have the right to share your story, to share what you think, what you feel. And I don't think it's complaining. I'm just bringing out the truth of how I felt. And like I said, I do forgive, but at the same time, these people who have the mentality that they have the right to abuse people through words, I think that they should hear the truth of what their actions did and what those actions, because they chose to humiliate us. They chose to humiliate me, and it stayed with me for so long. Even though I repressed it, the emotion, that sensation that I'm a loser stayed with me. And so it was so hard. It has been so hard for me to fully bloom. And now that I'm on this healing journey, now that I'm trying to take back my life and go to the gym and go hiking and live a happy life, I still have my prayer life. I'm doing a lot of reading, doing a lot of hiking and all these fun things. I feel that now I'm starting to bloom finally and to be whom I was always meant to be. And that is awesome. And you too are meant to be awesome. So thank you so much for watching my YouTube. If you like my YouTube or are interested, don't forget to like and subscribe. Peace.